Welcome to SST College of Arts and Commerce. This is SST Edupedia. Myself Jyoti Sardar. Today I'll be talking about the topic dynamic programming from the subject fundamentals of algorithm of SYBSC semester 4. So there are following types of algorithm that we can see as such. So the first list that says that simple recursive algorithm, then backtracking algorithm, then we have a next strategy that is divide and conquer algorithm, then greedy algorithm, branch and browse, and brute force. So one of the list item that is today that we are going to see, that is dynamic programming algorithm. If we compare this algorithm with divide and conquer, so if the divide and conquer strategy is there, the problem is divided into separate sub problems. Those sub problems are solved separately, and then the results are combined to form the original problem. Examples that are in which the divide and conquer strategy is used, that is quick sort, merge sort, and binary search. Divide and conquer strategy is thought of as the top-down approach, while the dynamic programming algorithm proceeds by solving these small problems, remembering the result, and then combining them into the final solution so as to form the large problems. Dynamic programming can be thought of as the bottom-up approach. It is very powerful tool for optimization problems. So this is what is the important thing that has to be taken care over here or understood very well over here, that is the dynamic programming is going to give the solution over to the optimization problem, and it is going to be doing it recursively. So where to use the dynamic programming? If a problem has only one correct solution, then the optimization is not required. For example, if there is only a single sorted sequence from a given set of numbers, optimization problems have many solutions. We want to compute an optimal solution, example, with minimal cost and maximal gain. So optimal solution in the sense that either we want to find out something that is as a minimum, or we are searching for the maximum data to be searched. There could be many solutions having the optimal value. Dynamic programming is very effective technique. Development of a dynamic programming algorithms can be broken down into sequence of step in the next that we are going to see. So two things that one has to remember that or understand, that dynamic programming problem is an optimization problem, and it is also going to be solved using the technique that is memorization. So memorization is going to be used. How? Let us see. So consider a problem for calculating the Fibonacci of the numbers. So how you calculate the Fibonacci of a new number? That is, it is going to be the addition of prior two numbers. For example, if I have a Fibonacci to be calculated of number n, then it will be the Fibonacci value of number n minus 2 and then Fibonacci value of number n minus 1. So let us take an example. If we think that f of 1 is equal to 1 and f of 2 is equal to also 1, then f of 3 will be 1 plus 1, that is 2. Okay, so the first two values are assumed that 0 and 1, and then how we can go for finding out, that is 0 plus 1 comes out to be 1, and then 1 plus 2, that is coming out to be 3, and so on. So the Fibonacci value will be the summation of the prior two numbers. Now for this we can have a recursive algorithm as below. If number value equal to 0, then we are going to return 0. If the value is equal to 1, then we are going to return 1. Otherwise, what we are going to return? We are going to return the summation of, we are going to return the summation of n minus 1 plus Fibonacci of n minus 2. So this is going to be a recursive algorithm. So the task, that is the value of the summation, is found out in a recursive fashion. Now when we are saying that we are doing the task in a recursive fashion, then Following can be a tree created for finding out the Fibonacci for the value 5. So for calculating the Fibonacci of value 5, we require value 4 Fibonacci to be found out, also value 3. Then for Fibonacci value 4, we require value 3 Fibonacci and then value 2. Similarly, value 1 Fibonacci and value 2. So see here, for the Fibonacci 1, we are calculating it number of times, that is 5. So 5 number of times you are calculating the Fibonacci for one value. Then similarly for Fibonacci of 2, we are calculating it for 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Okay. Similarly the Fibonacci of 0. So we are calculating the Fibonacci of 0, that is 3 number of times. So this is what is happening is, we are repetitively calculating the same summation. We are repetitively calculating the same summation. So to resolve this problem, we can use memorization technique. That is, I will only calculate the Fibonacci of 1 or 0 or 2 only once. I will store that data inside the table, and that table I can use it. So that is what is a benefit, or that is a difference from other technique and the dynamic programming. In dynamic programming, we say that we require optimal solution, fine, but we are also doing the task out here recursively. But in a recursion, we are storing the result inside a, we can say, table, so that we will not calculate the result again and again. Now how we are doing that? Let us see. If we are saying that if n is equal to 0, we are returning m of 0. That is, m is what? M is some array in which we are storing our intermediate result. If we are saying n is equal to 1, then we are returning m of 1. So our index 0 and 1 are returned if the number value is 0 and 1. Now for calculating n minus 2, we are calling the function, that is n minus 2. Again calculating n minus 1, we are calling the same function. So we are doing a recursion. Along with the recursion, we are doing the memorization. So this is what is the difference. That is, we are having the technique, that is recursion, different recursion, along with that the memorization. So m of n is equal to m of n minus 1 plus m of n minus 2. So this is what is the difference that is present in the previous technique. We using recursion, along with that we are storing our intermediate result inside the table, and finally we are returning that table, that is a return m of n. Now the dynamic programming main approach is recursive. Yes, it holds the answer to the sub problem inside a table, and it can be solved without recomputing. So this is also another point, that is what is again and again I am saying, memorization. So memorization in the sense, same data I am storing somewhere and not going to calculate it again and again. So can be formulated both via recursion and saving the results inside the table. Typically we first formulate the recursive solution and then turn it into a recursion plus dynamic programming via memorization or the bottom up approach. Programming as in tabular but not the programming code. So that was a problem, that was the Fibonacci problem, okay, that we can solve it using the dynamic programming. Similarly, we have another problem which is the LCS problem. LCS stands for longest common subsequence. So given in two sequences, find the length of longest common subsequence present in both of them. Okay, so what is it? Given two sequences, we need to find the longest common subsequence. So somewhere we say that we want to find out a substring of a string, okay, but out here what we are finding out? We are supposed to find out the common between the two strings, but how it should be common, that is how it should be a subsequence. A subsequence is a sequence that appears in the same relative order, okay, but not necessarily continuous, okay, that is important. Same relative order but not necessarily continuous. For example, ABC, ABG, BDF, AEG, ACEFG are all the subsequences of ABCDEFG. Okay, अभी यहाँ पे क्या है? We have only considered single string. But in the next scenario, what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to consider two strings, and from those two strings we are supposed to find out the common substring. We are supposed to find out the common substring. So in the next example, let us consider the two strings, namely CBDA and ACADB. So how it is found out, that is common substring is found out how? So the technique is both the strings are mapped onto the table which is of the type that is row and column. The table has the format that is row and the column. And in that, the first step that is supposed to be carried out is the first row and the first column is made as the zero entries. Okay, in the first row and the first column the zeros are put up. And you can say in the rows we have considered the second string that is ACADB, and for the columns we have considered the first string that is CBDA. So how we are supposed to say this? We are going to fill the matrix. So we are going to fill the matrix by using the formula. The formula is, if we are going to do the comparison, okay, for example here we are going to compare, that is if A is equal to C, okay. If A is not equal to C, if A is not equal to C, then we are going to take the maximum of the top and the left element. So maximum of top is 0 and the left is also over here the 0. So that is A and C we are comparing, hence the entry 0. A and B we are comparing, hence also the entry is 0. Next we are comparing A and D, so also the entry is 0. Why? Because we are saying that left and the top element we are saying the max of that, so that is 0. Now when A is equal to A, so at that moment we are supposed to do what? We are supposed to take the help of the diagonal element, and the diagonal element plus 1 is what is going to be the table entry. So table I have already created, okay. So now C and C are compared, so diagonal element plus 1, so that is going to be one entry. Then C is not equal to B, so we are going to consider max of top and left, that is 1. Similarly C is not equal to D, hence we are going to consider the max of left and the top element. And again C is not equal to A. So in the next row, same, C is not equal to A, we are considering the max element from left and the top. Same, A is not equal to B, max and left top, that is one entry, okay. And then A is equal to A, so diagonal element plus 1, that is 1 plus 1 2. So that is how we are calculating the table entries, okay. Let's see the formula. So this is what is the formula. We have considered X array is the element where the first list is stored, Y array is the second list element, and then how we are calculating the C of ij. So as I already said the formula, that formula is if the values are similar, if some element from one list is similar to the another element in second list, then we are going to take the diagonal element plus 1, so that is C of I comma I minus 1 comma j minus 1 plus 1, and if the elements are not similar, then we are taking the max of the left element and the top element. So that is what is the formula for calculating the LCS problem. That's all. Thank you.